everyone to this session. I'm hoping this will be, at least for now, last Excel session that I'll be taking. Hopefully some of you guys will carry it forward with additional material. So last week, remember what we did? Anyone? It was too long ago. Discussed formula basics basically last time. Let me show you the screen so that you guys will sort of get some of this. So essentially, how does the formula work? That is what we discussed. Okay, this is one of the things that we looked at. We also looked at references, right? And things like that. Those are the kind of things that we did last time. So I think we also did introduction to functions, right? How do we write functions and so on and so forth? What all you can use in that, the names, constants, right? Cells, all of those things. Okay. All right. So, so today what we are going to do is we are going to look at just a couple of functions. And by the way, just for you to remember, let me share my screen. Oh, my screen is not shared yet. No? Okay, I was just sorry. Okay. Anyway, so this is a joke. I thought it will be nice to have look at the same joke, but you have one more joke for today. This is a surprise I told you guys. So, so what we'll do is, all right. So what we'll do is we will look at sum, okay, and we will have a deeper dive into VLOOKUP today, okay, because that's a very important one. Thought we should definitely cover that and in some detail, okay. All right. So let's go in. First of all, let's look at the function sum because of the joke. Okay, I think we'll get started there. I think this is probably, is there anyone here who's not aware of sum? I don't think so, right? SUM sum? Yeah. Anyone who's not aware? Shravan? No, okay. You're aware of it now? Okay, cool. So that's good. So, so let's go into slightly more than the simple sum. That will be interesting to know, right? Simple. So I'll tell you a couple of things. So for just, let's say you have some numbers right here. So there is a shortcut for sum. So obviously you can go in here. If you go into the home button, right, you will have a sum right on it. Okay. So for example, if you look at this, I think, oh, there you go. Sum is the most commonly used. So this is, you can do this. Okay. Obviously. So there is one more way of doing it, which is a shortcut. Does anybody know the shortcut for sum? No. Okay, so the shortcut is Alt equals. Okay, Alt plus equal. And if you do that, automatically that formula will show up and it will auto select the data around it. Okay, the contiguous data on top of it, it will automatically select. You just have to hit enter and then you will get the formula. Okay, so all right, so let's take certain let's take this. So cut this and I'll paste this over here. So this is the same formula. Okay, so there's a way for you to, if you have to do a running sum, for example. Okay, let me just put this and we'd say 7 here. Oh, 7. So you have D6 to D7. Okay, so what you can do is you can fix one of the cells in the reference. So I'm hitting a single F4 to get the dollar symbols. Okay, and I hit enter. All right, and when I copy paste this automatically becomes a running sum. Is that clear? Yes. Right, I'll repeat that. Just okay, I think if it is clear. So basically, so this is what I did. I anchored the first cell. Okay, and the second cell is left open. Okay, and when I copy paste this formula, you know how it works, right? When you copy paste, because the first part of the reference has a dollar symbol, it does not change, it just remains constant. Okay, but the second one keeps changing. Clear na? Then this becomes a running sum. So you can see this. So this is 3, which is 2 plus 1, and then essentially this is 1 2 3, and the next one is 1 2 3 4, and the next one is 1 2 3 4 5, and so on and so forth. Okay. So the last one, there is no number at the bottom, so it is the same as the previous one. Okay. So for example, if I put 7 here, then that also becomes running number. Is that clear?
Yes.
Clear na? Okay. All right. So let's go to the next one.
One small question.
Yeah, please.
So you told me that shortcut is alt equals to alt plus equals to. So is there any particular rule that we have to keep this cursor select
Yes.
the box below that?
Correct. You have to do that. Correct. Yes. So wherever it is, wherever the cursor is, that's where it inserts the formula. For example, if I were to do this, okay, it will insert the formula there. Here, it seems to have the logic suggesting that it has to take the nearest number and went there to select that. Okay, because it cannot do a formula anywhere else. So that's what it did. But you can obviously change it. You can just use the keys, arrow keys, to select whichever you want to, and then hit enter. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, so that is so far as sum is concerned. All right. Now we will go into VLOOKUP. Okay. Let me just go over, and then I will just explain the VLOOKUP function. So this is one of the most useful functions in Excel. Okay. This is apart from if statements and certain other ones, but VLOOKUP is one of the very useful ones. What I have seen is whenever you deal with, let's say, any person who has decent number of data to deal with, okay, it can be, let's say, employee data, it can be product data, it can be sales data, right, like invoices data, right, it can be any database of any sorts. Okay, most likely VLOOKUP is going to play a very important role, because generally what happens is you have, let's say, one piece of information right here, right, and you have another piece of information, right, and you're basically trying to combine and look up these two. Okay, I'm not so sure why this makes sense here, but okay, here it's trying to look up from right here. All right, that's fine, understood. But essentially, let's say, okay, I'll give you a small example. You have, let's say, employee information here, okay, and if you have salary information here with the employee names, and you're trying to look up the salary, for example, right, then you'll have to do the lookup. Okay, is the scenario clear?
Yeah.
I will give you the scenario just to make it a little clearer, okay, because if it is not on it, it would not be a good idea, right? So let's say we have employee number, right, and we have the name, and let's say we call this salary. Okay, right, so this is the information we have here, 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, we'll take names of our leaders, Gandhi, Patel. Okay, and give me a couple of other names. Sarojini Naidu. What else? Someone from Tamil Nadu? Jairam? Freedom fighters from Tamil Nadu? And one from Delhi. Delhi mein to you have lots of them.
Chandrasekhar Azad.
Azad, okay. Jairam is quiet. You're on mute, by the way.
Anna.
Anna. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Anna means a lot in Tamil Nadu. Lots of fun. Let me just there are things. Okay. So let me. I think it's probably just alignment issue, but I will just. Okay. There you go. Okay. So salary is not a good thing. I think we'll say this is number of satyagrahas or whatever, number of agitations. Okay. We'll name that. All right. So we'll say 50. Let's say 5, 10, 7. Okay. 5 again. Okay. These are imaginary numbers. Okay. I have no idea how many they participated in. All right. So this is the information that you have here. Okay. So here you have a similar information here. Let's assume there's a lot of information. I called it employee, we've called it leader. Okay, so here you have leader information in a different order, obviously, right? So we'll take this and press over here. Just want to sort this. Okay, it's in different order. Now you want to look up number of agitations that they have participated in or initiated, etc. Right? So what you have to do is you have to take this information and go look up here and get, let's say here Anna, so we have to get 5 over here. Okay, we can also have a leader number. We can do it either way. Okay, generally, all right. So so let's assume we have 1 over here. It is 2. So it is 3. This is 5, and this is 5, and this is 4. Right? Okay. The scenario is clear, na? Scenario is clear, guys. Okay. All right. So let's look at the function and how we have to do it. Okay. So VLOOKUP has the following parameters in this. All right. So here you have what you want to look up. Okay. Then you have the range that you have to look up. Okay. And the number of the column that you want to look up. I'll just get back to that. Okay, and there is something called this is it exact or approximate match? Okay, that is what you have. That's the last field. Okay, we'll get to each of these and we'll understand it. Okay, so anytime you do a VLOOKUP, okay, it is necessary that, so let me just, I'll color these so that it is a little clearer. Okay, so so this will be, we'll make this color, okay, blue gray, or all right, okay, I'll make this blue, and here we want that information, so we will make that green. Okay, okay, all right. Okay, so here is where you want that information from the other table. So what you have to do is, in the reference that you give, it is necessary that whatever you are looking up, we will call this primary key for now, that has to be the first column. Okay, got it? So what I mean is, so for example, if you have leader, okay, so let me just start putting in the information, equals VLOOKUP. Okay, this is how you would start the formula, and let's assume for the moment that we are starting, we want to look up with a leader number. Okay, you take the leader number and then comma. Okay, now you have the table array. All right, where do you want to look up? All right, what you have to do here is you have to ensure that the first column is the leader number here. Okay, so let me just complete this. And let's say I'll put in 1 for now. Actually, it's going to be 3. Let's do that. And then I'll give that for now. Okay, I'll just come back and explain more things here. Okay, do you see this? So now it has worked. Now what I have done is, it so happens that for Anna, his leader number is also 5 and his number of agitations is also 5. Okay, that's why you're seeing a 5 there. Okay, but it has worked and it has gotten the number. Clear? Okay. Okay. So now, okay, so what happens if I don't give, the first column as the whatever primary key, that has to be the first column I mentioned, right? So now I will not give C2, but I'll give D2. Okay, starting with name. Let's see what happens. It gives you that nice error called not applicable. And wherever you use VLOOKUP, that's one of the errors that you don't want to see. All right. So what it gives you is, it says it's not applicable. Why? Because it did not find 5 in the first column, right? So that's why it would do that. Okay, so let's go back. Let's give it C again. All right. Okay, so what happened now? Sorry, mistake. I can do one more undo. Okay, that's what it is. We have gotten back. Now, so look at how it works. Let's say if I copy paste, will it work? Will it not work? Where will it not work? Any thoughts?
The table array is not fixed.
The table array is not fixed. Excellent. So I'll hit enter. So for some it will work because it happens that Azad happens to be in, even though the range is getting copied, okay, and it's changing, it will still it somehow by accident it got covered. But for others, for example, see Gandhi got missed out, okay, Patel got missed out, okay, just by one, and then Sarojini also got missed out just by one. You guys are seeing it?
Yes.
Clear? Okay. So all right, Jairam, clear na, Jairam? So when I copy this, what happens is the range changes here, okay? The reference of this table, that changes. When it keeps changing, as you keep going down, the reference is getting pushed down, okay? And if the lookup value is not within the table array, the revised table array for that particular cell, it will say it's not available, okay? Now what you do for that is generally you'll have to do this. You'll have to select this and do an F4, okay? And like I discussed before, you can also, when you're selecting it, you can just hit F4 and it will take the range. It will fix the range, all right? So yeah, so this is how we get the numbers, okay? So now let's get in a little deeper. Okay. Now what is this number 3 that we have put here? Okay, are you guys able to see that? Let me just expand this, zoom in a little bit so that you guys can see it a little more clear. Okay, all right, okay. So in this formula, you have what is called the, let's see what exactly is it called, all right? Okay, it is called column index number. Okay, what is this column index number? The column index number is, see, whatever is the table array that you give, okay, you have to start from number 1 and you have to keep counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like that. And whichever is the value that you want, that's the number you have to put here. Yeah. So in this case, the number of agitations happens to be 1, 2, and 3. So I'll put number 3 there, okay, and then it would work. Clear?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. So again, so just like I think we had discussed this before, there are certain things that will become available to you when you start replacing each of these with various others. So for example, recently Swap and I worked on something wherein we were able to use VLOOKUP. Swap, we used VLOOKUP only when we used that serial number and we did that.
Yeah.
We used VLOOKUP only, right?
Yeah.
We used VLOOKUP. So I will get to that a little later. It is a scenario, but by changing some of this, you will get other options, and I will sort of talk about those right now. Okay, an example of this is, so for example here, you don't necessarily have to give a hard number. Okay, you can give right now it's a number, but you can give a variable, right? So for example, you can say, okay, let me show you an example so that I will we can discuss what that is. Okay, so this is an imaginary scenario that I am taking up. Okay. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, so let's say the output that we want, okay, is either a name, okay, or number of agitations. Okay, so for some it is name, for some it is agitations. All right, okay, it's not uniform for everyone. Okay, so now what I want to do is I'll just do something here. So I'll call this lookup value. All right, and I'm going to use another function here called HLOOKUP, which is similar. We'll get to that. Okay, and I'm going to do this. Okay, so I'm going to quickly do a quick table. There is a different learning here. Right. So name is 2 here, and agitations is number 3. Okay, now we have the number 2. So net what I have done is, based on the column that I want, I have just gotten the number here. Okay, either 2 or 3. Okay, that's all you can understand here. Okay, now let's look at the real learning that I was trying to talk about here. Equals VLOOKUP. Okay, and the same formula just like the last time, no difference at all. Okay, 1, right? I get this, I hit the F4 right there. Okay, now instead of giving a single number, I'll give this variable, okay, a cell reference. Okay, and I would take this. Okay, now what happens? When you want a name, you'll get the name, and when you want number of agitations, you'll get number of agitations. You got the point? Clear now?
Yeah.
So yeah, see, I think it's an imaginary example. I think the example itself does not make much of a sense, but essentially you can replace the lookup value not with a number but with a reference, and whatever is the difference, it will do the appropriate lookup. I think that's the key learning here. Okay, all right. So now let's look at the next one.
Chaitanya, I have some question.
Yeah, yes, please go ahead.
So what is the significance of the true or false, whichever you are like using the VLOOKUP at last?
I'm coming right to that right now.
Okay.
That's exactly what I was about to explain. I was just going one by one. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, let's say we have one more table here. Okay. So, and let's say we want to categorize all our leaders. I think each of them is great for sure. There is no doubt about that. But for some reason, we want to categorize them. Okay. And we want to do it something like this. Okay. So we have number of agitations. Okay. We have a categorization based on the number of agitations that have taken. All right. Number of agitations, and the category, we will call it, let's say local. Okay. And let's say national, and awesome, whatever, no, just some, right? So number of agitations, I think we'll say 0 to 5. So the way we will give this information is something like this, right? So let me just okay. So I'm just doing some things here. Okay, just okay, all right. So all right. So the categories that I want to give are something like this. So let's say from 0 all the way until 5. Okay, then you have, they are all local. All right. So let's say 5.01 all the way until, let's say 10 are all national. Okay. 10.01 all the way until 100, they are like awesome, for example. Okay. Now what we have to do is, we have to actually, based on let me just delete this one right now. Okay, I'll just remove this and I'll put it elsewhere. All right. So okay, so what we have to actually do is, we have to look up based on the number of agitations, look up in this table, and based on where it falls, we have to pick up the category. This is what we have to do. Okay, so if you look at it, so here VLOOKUP, what it does is, it basically looks up the exact number. Okay, number 5 goes here, looks up for that exact value, and then gets you the number of agitations. So for example, if I put the leader number, even though we don't have 5.01, but I'll put 5.01 and we'll see what happens. Okay, there you go. It gives you not applicable. So it has to be an exact one. Okay, so what that falls here, so the range lookup that you have, by the way, that's an optional field, by the way. And if you do not give anything, it will take true as the default value. Okay, now let's look at this and let's see how you can use the whatever true false here. All right, so we'll call this category. All right, equals VLOOKUP Okay, we'll look up the number of agitations right here, right, comma, and then you will have the categories. Okay, we'll select the table. We'll make sure that the leftmost one is the number of agitations, F4, and we want number 2, right, the category 2, and then instead of the false we give true here. Okay, and then we'll see what happens. Okay, so you can see that here. There you go. So when it is up to 50, it takes awesome. 7 automatically looks up national, and 5 is local. Got it? Okay. So where is the applicability here? The application is something like this, where you do not have an exact lookup, but if you want to do an approximation, right, or even a slab lookup, okay, this is a great way to do it. I'll give you a couple of other examples where you can use this. Okay, so number 1 is where, let's say you have an income tax slab, right? So 0 to X number of lakh place you can use this. Okay, there is one more area you can look at, you can use this, which is let's say you have sales commissions, for example, right? So sales commissions work something like this. If you sell 100 units in the month, you'll get 2%. But if you are able to sell up to 120, then your, let's say, commission goes up from 2% to 3%. If you are able to sell 150, it goes up to 4%, and so on and so forth. Okay, so if you have like 100 salespeople and you have like these various sales that they have achieved, based on the sales they have achieved, you can look up and give the appropriate percentage. Okay, this is a great way to do it. But one thing I want you guys to note is that you have to have it in the correct format for you to get the right one. Otherwise, what happens is, I think let's check out what happens here. Okay, so let's take this. So this is the approach that I have taken. I will actually take, we'll have a different categorization. Okay, we'll call this categorization 2. All right, and we would only give 0, 5, and then what's the next one? You have the 10, and then you have the 100. Okay, and so basically I have not given a table. Yeah, it's not a watertight table, but it's a sort of a loose table. Okay, and then I have to give this awesome here, and then 0 to 5. Actually, I'm giving it as, I have taken out 0 also. You have the 5, 10, and 100. Okay, and let's see what happens here. Category 2, right? We look up. I'll actually take the exact right here, right? So instead of this, okay, I will just select this one. Okay, hit F4, right? I think we are good. Okay, so so local, there is no problem. Let's see how it works for the other ones. Okay, so look at this here. For awesome, it has actually, so for 50, it has actually taken national, because what it does is it looks the nearest one. Okay, same with 7 as well. 7 also, surprisingly, it has taken up local and not national. Okay, because 7 is actually not that far from 10, right? You know, actually, I think it does something like this. It sort of looks at the midpoint, and from the midpoint upwards it takes one, and the afterwards it takes another. Let's look at this. Let's say if you have a 7.51 here, let's see what happens. Okay, no, it has not taken it like that. Okay, there is an approximation. Okay, I don't know exact logic how it works, but it is not very useful, and that's why having a table like this makes it much more watertight and far more reliable. Okay, okay, all right.
So instead of 7, if we have 9, so would it change to local?
I think it would change to national. I think. Let me just put that, and let's see. Okay, so it has. All right. So now it has actually changed. Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah. No, 1 second. Sorry. Yeah, it still stays at local. I think it probably, let's do 10. 10 it changed. Okay. 9.9 is also local.
So it will take the lowest value.
Yes, it is. So I think it is like from that value onwards, looks like it's changing. Okay, so let's say 9.99 and then still local. So basically that's what it's doing. So from 10 onwards, it changes the number. That's what it seems like.
Then can you do 4? Like
Yeah, there you
Not
go. I have
applicable.
given 4.9 and it says not applicable.
Yeah,
So if anything below, it's not taking up. So this is how it's working. Okay, all right. So so there are like a couple of other topics I want to cover. Is it okay if we just continue? Bad, ugly. Are you guys interested? If you're not, it's okay. We can just move on. That's not an issue.
no, we can continue.
We can continue. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Cool. So I think there'll be just one more. I'm trying to close Excel sessions today. That's the reason. All right. I don't want to take it up, and I thought there'll be. So I think it's no fun just learning the basics, right? You want to learn at least some good stuff, right? So we are just getting to the good stuff. I think at least one or two more topics I want to cover, and then we'll close it. Okay. So what if you want to do multiple lookup based on multiple values? Okay. Let me change the example here. Let's say. I think given the leader name that we have taken, I have to sort of think of an example here. Okay, so let's say we have I'll change the table here. Okay, I'm going to actually copy paste this whole thing onto a different sheet, and we will have fun there. Right. Okay. So now let's say the table is something like this. All right. So basically you have the state. Okay. And basically here, this is the number of agitations held in that particular state. Okay. So let's say we'll call this Gujarat. All right. I'm going to this out. Remove all this stuff here. Okay. I'll remove this also. Not required. Okay. So we have. I'll remove the leader number here. All right. So you have Gandhi Gujarat. So we have. Okay. All right. And then you have Azad. Where is Azad from? Anybody knows?
Allahabad.
Allahabad. Okay. Allahabad. What's the state? UP. All right. Okay. So let's assume that Haryana. Okay. And then we'll have one more, which is, let's say, Tamil Nadu. Okay. We'll take this. All right. So Delhi, at that time it was not a state, but we'll that in here. Okay. And we'll say West Bengal. Okay. So what we are doing right now is you're looking up based on both the name as well as the state. Okay. So name is Gandhi, and let's say the state is, let's say, Delhi. Okay. So you're doing a lookup based on two. Any ideas how we can do this?
We can concatenate both of them.
Concatenate both of them. Perfect. Okay. So this is what we can do. You can just concatenate. So we'll have a you make a primary key. Okay. Because there was no primary key, you make the primary key, and you can do that by using equals and ampersand. Okay. Ampersand sort of puts them two together. Okay. And then you hit enter. So when you do that, you get, okay, Gandhi Gujarat as one single text, and that also makes it unique. Okay. Then just copy paste the formula, and when you copy paste the formula, then you automatically get the the concatenated field. Now here also you do the same thing. You do equals VLOOKUP, right? And you look up for the concatenation here. All right. And then comma. Okay. The rest of it remains the same. Okay. You have to ensure that the primary key is the first one, right? F4, 4, because this is 1. You have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. And false. Here also we want exact. All right. That's it. Enter. There you go. It works. Okay. So we can copy paste this, and we can check if sort of it works or not. So I'll just copy paste these two. Okay, there you go, it works. Okay, let's take Azad Haryana as well, and there you go, it works. Okay, so this is one way of looking at it. So this is one option. There are other options also, but we will sort of restrict ourselves to this at this point in time, right? So now I'll do one more. All right. Let's say you would like to, if there are multiple occurrences, okay, and you want all the occurrences, then what do you do? Okay, any thoughts? So I'll give you the example a little more clearly so that you guys can understand this. So let's say, let's change the example a little bit so that we can understand this. Okay. So we'll call this date, okay? Okay, so we take the team, all right? So date will give whatever some date, all right? And then let's give the teams, right? The team is, we have Delhi, Kolkata, Chennai, Hyderabad, and so on and so forth, okay? And I'll just copy paste this over here. All right, okay? So now what you want to do is you have score. That's the score. I'm giving you guys IPL score because you guys are tuned into IPL. All right. So now what we want to do is, let me just get these values pasted instead of the random numbers. Okay. So now let's say you have a team. So you have Delhi, right? So for Delhi, for example, you want to have, you want to know what their number 1 score is, number 2 score, number 3, number 4, number 5, and so on and so forth. Okay, you're looking for the occurrence and you want their scores to be displayed here. The first match, second match, third match, fourth match, and so on and so forth. Is the question clear? Question is clear, right? Okay. Now what you can do is, this is what you can do. So I'm writing a formula. This is what actually I discussed earlier with about the issue, the thing that we used with swap. So this is a sort of a framework that I'm creating right now. If this cell equals this cell, okay, and I'm hitting an F4 just for the lookup one, okay, then what I want to do is I would like to look for the maximum. This is let me just give this whole thing to you, then you guys will understand. Okay, max of this plus 1. Okay, otherwise we'll just mark this as 0. That's all right. Okay, so what I'm doing here is, okay, I've created a, I'm trying to get the number of the occurrences right here in this. Okay, and for that what I'm doing is, what I have done is I've written a formula saying, if I want to see if the team name that you have right here, okay, is the same one that we are looking up. Okay, and if it is the same, then look up the column and give me the increment the number. And the way we are doing that is take the total, the maximum of the previous numbers that we have and add 1 to it. Okay, clear now? So, and if I do this, what happens is, let me just copy paste it right here. You will be able to see, right, that whenever we got the next Delhi, it increments the number by 1. So essentially what you're getting is, you're getting a serial number of all the occurrences of Delhi. Clear until here? Okay, all right. Now all we have to do is just copy paste the same formula and then you'll get the other occurrences also. Okay, so let me just to be a little clearer, I will just replace this with just a not or a null, so that you'll see only the numbers, incrementing numbers. Okay, now what I'll do is I'll just simply do a VLOOKUP of the numbers. Okay, 1 2 3 4. Okay, 4 false. Okay, and then copy paste this. Okay, what did I do? I just looked up the numbers, so this number of sort of occurrences, and then I am able to get the scores here. Clear na? All right, so I'll remove the 5s because I think we have only 4 right now. Okay, all right, now let's say if I change this to Kolkata. Okay, so it works automatically, right? So now it again sort of looks up, okay, Kolkata, and then for Delhi it removes it and then puts it for Kolkata, and then you have the serial number for Kolkata, and you will get the scores here. For example, you can see for Kolkata, the first one is 185. You can see it's 185. Okay, so the next one is 142, and so on and so forth. Okay.